Want to know something funny? Every time someone's manifestation actually starts working, they think it's failing. When everything starts falling apart, when it's all going wrong, that's not failing. That is your manifestation working. And today, I'm going to prove that to you. And I'm excited because this is about understanding the actual mechanics of reality itself. The stuff they don't want you to know about manifestation. Now, one of my clients asked me, why do bad things happen when I'm trying to manifest? And this is perfect timing because after this video, you're never going to ask that question ever again. So reality operates on one fundamental principle, contrast. But this is what nobody says. The bigger the contrast, the bigger the transformation. Think about diamonds, right? Do you want to know how they're made? They are made by extreme pressure, extreme heat, and extreme contrast. Now, without that contrast, all you are left is with carbon, because that's what they're made of. But with that contrast, you now have something priceless. How do we use that example in the manifestation space? Well, if this is your current reality and this is your desired reality, most people think that they need to feel good from here to here. And that's BS, complete BS. Let me tell you why. When I was broke, I mean really broke, like more than broke, 6 figures worth of debt broke. That's when I discovered this truth. I remember sitting in my room, just looking through my bank account thinking, my God, this is it. But that moment of complete chaos was actually the perfect condition for creation. You see, when you are at rock bottom, you are actually in the perfect position to manifest. Do you want to know why? Because you've hit what I call maximum contrast. You are at rock bottom. You are at the furthest point from where you want to be, which means you have the most potential for change. More energy is back in your field. Think about it like this. If I were to take this pen and I would drop it, right? What made that pen fall? Gravity. But what really makes it fall is the contrast between the distance from where it is and where it wants to be. Okay, so the higher that I lift it, the more potential energy it has. And what most people don't understand is that chaos is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is literally breaking down your old reality to make space for the new one. Let me give you an example from one of my clients. She was literally facing bankruptcy. Everything was falling apart, but she used what I'm about to show you. She turned that chaos into $50,000 in 1 month. Not by ignoring the chaos, but by understanding its true purpose. Because there are 3 states you need to understand. Your current reality, the middle chaos phase, and then your desired reality. Most people try to jump from here to here, and that is impossible. You have to go through that chaos phase in the middle. It's like trying to skip winter and go straight from autumn to spring. It doesn't work like that, okay? Similar to a radio station. When you are tuning into a station, there's always that little bit of static before that signal becomes clear when you're about to tune into that radio station. It's the new frequency that is breaking through, okay? But most people give up when they are in that static phase, right? Similar to when you're at the gym working out. That burn that you feel, that pain, that's not your muscles failing, that's your muscles growing. But imagine if you've stopped every time you actually started to feel that burn. Well, your muscles will never grow and you'd never transform. So, I want to give you something that I only normally share with my clients. And it's called facing the chaos. When everything's falling apart, there are 3 things you need to focus on. And lock in what I'm about to say. First thing you need to focus on, and what you need to understand, is called emotional alchemy. This is about turning chaos into fuel. When something goes wrong, most people let it trigger them, they react, and then their frequency drops. But what if I told you that chaos is actually pure energy? It's neutral, like electricity. It's not good, it's not bad, until you decide what to do with it. Now here's what I want you to do instead. The moment something goes wrong, and I mean the moment it happens, you say this is my manifestation working. And that's not positive thinking. This is actually understanding the mechanics of what's happening. Think about it. When you're cooking, heat is not your enemy. Okay? Without heat, nothing transforms. Your chaos is your heat. It's literally cooking your new reality into existence. Okay, that's number one. Number two is called the frequency lock. This is where most people mess up. They try to maintain their frequency by forcing themselves to feel good. But that's not what this is about. Instead, you need to understand something crucial, and your frequency isn't determined by how you feel. It's determined by what you know. Okay, it's not determined by how you feel, it's determined by what you know. For example, when I first started my business, everything was going wrong. I mean, everything. My business partner was a narcissist, embezzled money off me. I was in 6 figures worth of debt. But I had locked into this one understanding that changed everything. Look, I didn't feel good about my business and life falling apart, okay? But I didn't need to, because I understood the mechanics or transformation and what was actually happening. That's number two. And number three is override reality. Now, this is where most of the spiritual YouTubers will tell you to just stay positive, trust the process. But I'm going to give you something different, something real, and that's something that actually works. Now, what reality shows you, when reality actually shows you chaos, you have two options. You can respond from the human point of view, where you can react, stress, try to control everything, or you can respond in the alchemical point of view, where what we're about to break down now. So this has three components to it. The first is recognizing. Recognizing is about seeing what is actually really happening in front of you. When everything is falling apart, like I said, your old reality is literally dying. It's not failing, it's transformation. That's the first one, recognizing. Second one is redirection. This is about taking all that chaotic energy and using it as fuel. Just like when you're angry, right? When you're frustrated, that is some powerful, pure energy. Most people waste it by reacting, punching a wall or something, but you're going to do something different, okay? Use that energy to fuel you forward. And then finally, there is reinforcement. And this is the most important part, because this is where you lock into your new frequency regardless of what is happening in the external environment. Here's what most people do though. They wait for reality to change before they change their frequency. That's backwards. It's completely backwards. Now, this is how reinforcement actually works, okay? Lock in. First thing when you wake up, before reality tries to pull you back into the chaos, your problems, try to remind you that everything is falling apart. Remind yourself that everything is falling into place. That's not an affirmation. That is a reminder of the mechanics of reality. And how simple is that? That's like a simple perspective shift. Because every time something goes wrong, instead of reacting, you use it as a reinforcement point. It's like weight training. Each problem is another rep to strengthen your new frequency. Okay? Like one of my clients. One of my clients was trying to manifest a specific income level. Every day something would go wrong in her business. But instead of getting discouraged, she used each problem as a confirmation. That's just my old reality dying. This is exactly what should be happening. Okay? Now, every evening before bed, you can review all of that chaos that actually happened in your day and recognize it for what it actually really is. Your manifestation working. Now, here's the key to all this. It's consistency. You're not just doing this once, you are reinforcing this understanding until it becomes your default operating system. And that's where everyone gets it wrong. Think about this. When you're learning how to drive, at first you're going to consciously hold the steering wheel and grip it hard, okay? But then as you just continue to drive, it just becomes automatic. It's the same with your frequency. And this isn't about feeling good. This is about understanding that everything is actually falling into place. And so here's what you need to understand. The chaos you're experiencing isn't random as well. It's not punishment, it's preparation. Your reality isn't falling apart, it's falling into place. And you should know that by now. And I remember when I was in debt, getting those final notices in the mail, in the emails as well. Instead of stressing, I used that energy to fuel my conviction. Every mail that I received, I said, "Thank you for showing me what I'm about to transform." Now, what was I doing? I wasn't bypassing the notices. I wasn't ignoring my reality. Remember, if you ignore your problems, reality will ignore you. I was actually I was accepting and allowing the situation. I wasn't bypassing anything. Got it? Now, if you want to work with me and help you uncover the beliefs holding you back and create from your desired reality easily, link is in the description. Remember, the universe isn't testing you. It's asking if you are ready to stop playing small and step into your power. And now, you know exactly how to answer.